Hey y'all, it's Noonie. I'm back. I waited a while to make this video and to start back making videos because if you guys watched my last video, you guys know that I was going through a lot during my pregnancy. I was really sad. I was like sick. I was in and out of the hospital because I was having some complications with high blood pressure with my pregnancy. So yeah, it was just an emotional roller coaster. And then on top of that, my mother became very ill, and of course it wasn't looking too good for her. But of course, me being her only daughter and that being my best friend, I had to try to stay as strong as I possibly could. I knew that she was going to pass away, unfortunately. I just didn't know exactly when. So my mother passed away exactly a week after I gave birth. I'm not going to make this video emotional, you guys. I'm crying, but that's the first time I've actually said it in a while. So those emotions just flow and flow and flow. But my mother passed away a week after my son was born. My son was born a little early. And I'm glad that he did come early because he came just in time. And my mother was so crazy, you guys. Me and my mom was like best friends. She was a truck driver, and we spoke on the phone every single day as she was driving, because you guys know I have my own business, so it was easy for me to talk to her as much as possible. Like, she always calls me when she's like really tired, if she's driving at night and she's just trying to stay up a little longer to get to her drop, or if she has to pick up a load or something. Well, my mother was in a hospital for about 3 months towards the end of my pregnancy, and that became very hard for me because she wasn't able to walk, talk, or anything. She was like a vegetable, literally laying in a hospital bed for months. And I had to keep going. I had to remain strong. I had no one to talk to anymore. So I fell in a very, very deep depression towards the end of my pregnancy. And then I had my own struggles, of course, with the high blood pressure. And right before my mother passed away, I wasn't able to go see her. I went to go see her a couple of times before I had to be hospitalized myself because of my high blood pressure. And then I also had something, what is it called? Something, I can't remember the acronym, but when the baby stops growing inside of you. So I had that. So it was just so many different complications with my baby. But he came and he only stayed in the hospital for 5 days in total. He actually left. I stayed in the hospital for 3 days because I had to have a C-section. And he stayed in 2 days after me. So I came home on Saturday. He came home on Monday. So he wasn't in the hospital long, even though he was born early, because he didn't have any medical problems or anything. And literally the day after my son came home, I knew that my mom wasn't able to talk or walk or anything. But I did believe that she can hear and understand everything, even though she couldn't respond. So literally the night before, a couple of hours before she passed, my mom had been struggling, and I didn't like to see it for months. And she wasn't herself. She had no signs of getting better. Everything, she just had so many complications. And, you know, I'm not going to discuss my mother's medical problems, but I just knew that she wasn't going to get better. I knew it was just a matter of time. So a couple of hours before she passed, it's like I sat on the phone with her for a good 10 to 15 minutes, even though she couldn't respond. I just sat on the phone like, hey, I love you. I'm talking to her like normal, like, you know, I had 11. He's healthy. He's home now. You know, I was just telling her, you know, how he stayed in the hospital, how he came early, because of course she had been that way for months, so she, you know, wasn't aware of anything. Mind you, they had took my mother off the machines a week a week prior to this conversation that I had with her. So she was just holding on. And I figured out why she was holding on. So I'm talking to her like, hey, I had him. He's healthy. He's home. I was telling her how much I love her, how much I miss her, and how I wish she could be here. And then I let my son cry a little bit so she can hear him and know that he's finally here. Even though she wasn't able to see him or anything like that because she was in a hospital, Wayland, Alabama, and I'm in Florida. I had just had a C-section, so I wasn't traveling, especially with my new baby. It just wasn't safe. So I let him cry a little bit, and then I also let her know, because I'm my mother's child. I know my mom like the back of my hand. I just let her know, like, if she was tired of struggling, if she was tired of fighting, that it was okay to just let go. Like, we would be okay. I know she was probably worried about me, being that, you know, I was pregnant. I'm her only daughter. I'm finally having a baby. And she was so excited. She was so ready to help me. She was so excited to help me raise him. So I figured she was worried about me and how I was going to be able to take care of him, even though she's in this state where she's not even coherent. Her first priority was me and worrying about me and if I was okay. So I just let her know, like, we're okay. Of course, my grandmother passed about 13 years ago. So I just let her know, like, hey, your mom is waiting for you. Grandma is waiting for you. So if you feel like you can't fight anymore, it was okay to let go. And I told her I love her 2 more times. I let 11 cry so she can hear him again and let her know, like, hey, it's okay. And I hung up the phone. And a couple of hours later, I got a call from my uncle, like, hey, your mom passed away. She just passed away. And that was my confirmation that she was waiting for me to tell her that it was okay to let go. And he is here. 11 is here. I miss my mom. And it's sad that you have to lose someone that you really care about in order to gain the best thing that could have ever happened to me. This is me and 11. He's sleeping right now. They just fed him. He's doing a little better. He still has the IV in his hand just in case. His cute self. He's so cute. My baby. I'll be waking up a little bit. He's smiling. Hey, baby. Hi, man. Smiling. I love you. I love you, Buddha. I love you, big boy. I love you. Look at all the little hair. I'm sending this to your daddy. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. You ready to eat? You ready to eat? Give me, baby. I love you. You waking up. 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 Why are you so fussy? Why are you so fussy? Huh? Why are you so fussy? All right, mommy gonna pick you up. Slow down, 11. What? 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 You want mommy to hold you all the time. You want mommy to hold you. You want mommy to hold you. Oh, you poo-pooing. Which one? You poo-poo? You poo-poo? You poo-poo? Yeah. Yeah, you poo-pooing.